My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 255. In this lecture, I will continue my discussion on Amazon Fine Food Review dataset. In order to understand this dataset, we will try to understand stemming and lemmatization. If you recall, in my previous lecture, that is lecture number 254, I discussed about bag of words. We can improve bag of words by using stemming and lemmatization. We will try to recall last class discussion. What we discussed in last class? We discussed about stop words and converting text into lowercase letters. Just consider there are 4 reviews: review 1, review 2, review 3, review 4. Let me assume we have these 4 reviews. Let me discuss again stop words. The first review, the most important words are pasta, very tasty, isn't it? Of course, affordable. Words like this, just see, words like this, words like is, words like and are not very important. I will repeat. Words like this, is, and are not very important. They are used to just fill the sentence. Suppose if I remove these 3 words, which words? This, is, and. If I remove these 3 words, you can still make sense of what I am trying to convey. So such words are called stop words, especially in English. All these words are not actually very important. So when I am trying to create my vectors, I can say this is a stop word, is a stop word, and is a stop word. Let me repeat. When I am trying to create my vectors, we know how to create vectors. For example, for review 1, I can create vector v1. For review 2, I can create vector v2. For review 3, I can create a vector v3. For review 4, I can create vector v4. If I remove stop words from if I remove these stop words, my bow vector will be smaller, isn't it? My bow vector, bag of words vector will be smaller. That we have seen in our previous lecture, that is in lecture number 254. Just I am repeating things, nothing more than that. We will discuss the code in detail, how to deal with stop words. We will try to understand in future classes. Now, if you observe, let me say these are the stop words in English language. As I told you, I will discuss this code in my future lectures. What are the stop words here? Just if you observe, where is a stop word? This is a stop word. There is a stop word. Is a stop word. A is a stop word. For is a stop word. Not is a stop word. Her is a stop word. Until. These are the stop words. These are the stop words of English language. Anyway, I will discuss how to write code, and we will try to understand this. Time being, just understand this is a simple Python code output. How one can do it? Even I have shown this particular output in my previous lecture. I will discuss in detail manner about this particular slide in coming lectures. If you observe carefully, here not is also stop word. If not is a stop word, here it completely changes the meaning of review 2. Just observe, just go back and see the reviews. What are the reviews here? Just see that review to. This is my review to. As he's saying, is not is a stop word, isn't it? If not is a stop word, I must remove. In that case, what happens? This pasta is tasty and is affordable, isn't it? What does it mean? It completely changes the meaning of review to. Is it not changing entire meaning of this particular review to? If I remove the word not here, then pasta, tasty, affordable, what does it mean? Pasta, if I remove this one, if I remove not, if I remove is, if I remove this, if I remove and, if I remove is, if these are stop words, now what will I get? I will get pasta, I will get tasty, I will get affordable. I will get these I can say these words instead of saying sentences. Therefore, what does it mean? Pasta is tasty and is affordable, isn't it? In English, unfortunately, not is also considered as a stop word. That's the problem we have here. Let's understand. Anyway, how to overcome this problem, I will discuss in future lectures. Let's understand, if you remove stop words, we will have much smaller vector and we can still have most meaningful vector except boundary cases like this. If this is one boundary case, of course you can come over, we can overcome this difficulty. How one can overcome this difficulty, I will discuss in future lectures. I don't have, if I remove stop words, I don't have sentence anymore. Now basically have group of words like pasta. Just if I remove, what happens? I will get only words. You won't get any sentences, isn't it? Stop words, removing stop words is sometimes, always remember, sometimes what happens, sometimes removing stop words is always danger. How to overcome that difficulty, as I told you, I will discuss in my future lectures. I am completely changing. If I remove, for example, as I told you, if I remove the stop word not, I am completely changing the meaning of review to. Removing stop words comes under text processing. Again, as I told you, it's not always best thing. Be careful when you do it. Let me proceed further. We will try to understand this. Let me say, just this particular code I will discuss after few lectures. Just time being, let me say like this. We will get it from, there is a library, NLTK. In NLTK, we have something called corpus. Just see, in NLTK, we have something called corpus. In corpus, I am importing stop words. If I say stop words, just say stop words dot words English, so that I will get this. This is going to be all the set of stop words, all the set of stop words, isn't it? All the set of stop words. First step is called removing stop words. What is our first step? Number one. Step number one is removing stop words. Removing stop words, which we discussed in my previous lecture itself, isn't it? I will repeat. First step is called removing stop words. The next step is to make everything in lowercase letters, isn't it? This also I discussed in my previous lecture. I will tell you why it is important. Here, if you notice, we have, just let me say this one with the help of same reviews example. Just here, if you notice, we have pasta. You have pasta here, you have pasta here. Just consider review 4. In two places in review 4. First occurrence of pasta starts with capital letter and second occurrence of pasta starts with small letter. While building modal vocabulary, I have to keep these two letters in modal vocabulary. But actually, they are saying, they are explaining same pasta. There is no, in reality, there is no difference between, in meaning wise, in syntax, in semantic wise, there is no difference. There is no point in keeping these two words in modal vocabulary. This I already explained in my lecture number 254, where we were saying that learning is a word, another word learning. You need not keep these two words, just convert them into lowercase letters and keep them in modal vocabulary. These 2 points I already discussed. What is my first step? As I told you, removing stop words. Removing stop words is first step. And what about second step? Converting into lowercase. What about second step? Converting into lower case, which we discussed in my previous lecture. Third strategy is called stemming. This is very interesting idea. Let me explain this idea. Let me consider 3 words. What are those 3 words? Let me say tastes is one word, and tasty is another word. Let me say another word, tasteful, isn't it? Let me consider these 3 words. These three words are saying or explaining something about taste, isn't it? These 3 words, I can say, in bag of words representation, these 3 words, taste, tasty, tasteful, become 3 different points in my d-dimensional space. In bag of words representation, these will be treated as 3 different words, isn't it? Instead of separating them as 3 different vectors, it's good if you convert each of these 3 words into a common word, replacing all with a common form. All 3 of them are talking about taste. Such an operation is called stemming. Stemming is, it's a non-trivial task. We will spend lot of time on spending in future classes. Time being, let me say like this. These 3 parts in plant, what is stem? Stem means it's a core part. Stem means it's an essence part in a plant. In similar manner, for these 3 words, what is my core part? What is my essence part is, what is my stem is T-A-S-T, taste. This is stem form. This is stem. Whose stem? This is stem of these 3 particular words. How can I can say root form or stem form, but how one can do the stemming? What are the rules? There are different rules. I discuss those rules in future classes. Time being, just understand that there are multiple algorithms to do stemming. We will see a couple of them. We have 2 algorithms called Porter stemmer. One is Porter stemmer. What is stemmer? What is stem? I will define. We also have other stemmer called snowball stemmer. Snowball stemmer. There are 2 of course, there are multiple stemmers. Of course, these are different stemming algorithms. We will not go into how this algorithm works. Of course, in future classes I will discuss. They are designed by natural language expert. Snowball stemmer is powerful than Porter stemmer. Stemming is all about taking words which are related and convert them into their stem form or base form. Instead of using them 3 different dimensions in a vector, I can use them as a one single vector. This step is called stemming. There is one more problem in our reviews that I will discuss. Basically, stemming is useful to find stem word, otherwise root word or root form, isn't it? Before understanding, there is another concept apart from stemming. There is another concept known as lemmatization. We will try to differentiate. There are 2 concepts. Till now, what I discussed, stemming. Now, there is another concept known as lemmatization. There is a concept known as lemmatization. Both stemming and lemmatization lemmatization. Both stemming and lemmatization are word normalization, word normalization techniques. Word normalization techniques. Yes, you must understand this one. Both are word normalization techniques. This is first point. About before discussing lemmatization, just I am comparing stemming and lemmatization. My second point is stemming rules. Stemming rules are vary from language to language, from language to language. That you must understand. Anyway, there are different rules for English language, there are different rules for Telugu language, there are different rules for Japanese language. I will discuss about stemming rules of English language in my future lectures. One important thing to keep in mind about stemmer is that it is not required that the normalized word be a valid word. Yes, this is output of stemming. You must understand this one. Output of stemming need not be a valid word, isn't it? For example, what does it mean? We can see this phenomenon in action by experimenting with port stemmer. There is a stemmer known as port stemmer. If you make use port stemmer, as I told you, port stemmer is a one stemmer. There is snowball stemmer, port stemmer, like that, isn't it? If I make use port stemmer, a widely used stemming algorithm for English, using it the words. If you give two words to this port stemmer, which words? Engine. Let me say engine, or I can say engines. If I give these words, engine or engines, what will it give? It will give as an output as engine. This will, but it is not valid English word. You cannot find this particular word in dictionary. Although this is not a valid English word, we only care the both words map to the same stem, isn't it? Let me say like this. Stemming is mostly used. Where can I make use this particular stemming technique? Stemming is mostly used to index documents. If you want to index the documents, in a search engine, so these stems which may be non-valid words, which may be non-valid words. That's what I'm saying. Non-valid words, maybe non-valid words. This point is important. Maybe non-valid words. That's why I'm emphasizing these stems may be non-valid words are only processed internally. These stems are processed internally to search documents and never displayed to the user. This is about stemming and lemmatization. I am comparing stemming and lemmatization. Let me say a few words about lemmatization. We can think of lemmatization as more sophisticated. Lemmatization, I can say like this, lemmatization is more sophisticated, sophisticated version. It is more sophisticated version of stemming. That one must understand. It reduces each word. It reduces each word. It reduces each word to its proper base form. That's important. It reduces each word to its proper base form. That is word that can be found. That is the word that can be found. Where one can find? Valid word means that can be found in a dictionary. Dictionary in the sense I can find such words in an English dictionary if it is an English language. Lemmatization provides better results. Always understand, it provides better results. It provides better results. Lemmatization is almost always a better choice. In many applications, it may be inefficient to handle all the variations individually. Stemming reduces them to common form, isn't it? Algorithms that do this is called stemmers. Just let me say those algorithms which are doing stemming is known as stemmers. The output of stemmers is called stem, which is the root word. Unlike lemmatization, stemming does not involve. If you compare stemming does not involve dictionary lookup. But whereas you have dictionary lookup for lemmatization, it is not even required that stem be a valid word. That's what I am saying. Stem need not be a valid word. Stem need not be a valid word or valid dictionary word, I can say. Or I can say it's in the case of stemming, it's not even required that the stem be a valid word or identical to its morphological root. This is the basic difference between stemming and this lemmatization. If just observe this output, I am comparing this stem. What about this is about stemming, isn't it? This is stem, this is root, isn't it? This stemming who will perform? Stemmers will perform, isn't it? What is this? This stem root form or base form for all these words is this one. But is it a valid dictionary word? It's not a valid dictionary word. As I told you, they don't have dictionary lookups. The stemmers don't have dictionary lookups. What about this lemmatization? Just see, this is lemmatization output. This change, this one is a valid word. Change, you can find this particular word in English dictionary. As I told you, it has got some dictionary lookups. This output, compare these two outputs so that you can understand basic difference between stemming and lemmatization. As I told you, stemming does not have dictionary lookups. Stemming output need not be a valid dictionary word, whereas lemmatization output is a valid dictionary word. Otherwise, let me take one more simple example. Just say this pasta is very tasty and affordable. This is the best in New York. If I perform lemmatization, what is lemmatization? I can say lemmatization means, I can say it's all about lemmatization is all about breaking a sentence into words. Let me say lemmatization, what will it do? This is a word, pasta is a word, is a word, where is taste is a word, and is a word, affordable is a word, this is a word, is a word, this is a word, best is a word. Yes, here you have difficulty. In the case of lemmatization, you must understand there are lemmatizers. available which will group New York as a one word. This will be, but usually what you used to do, just you have to separate New some from York. But in the case of lemmatization, there are lemmatizers available which will group New York as one word because they have dictionary of all the words which are grouped together. Therefore, I can say lemmatization is fourth step. My first step is stop word removal. That is my first step in pre-processing. I discussed in my previous lecture. My second step is converting into small letters or lowercase letters. This also I discussed in my previous lecture. Third one is stemming related words. Stemming means related words are considered as single word. Related words are considered as a single word. Of course, there are few rules to find this root form or stem form, which will be discussed in future classes. There is another one which has no dictionary lookups. No dictionary lookup means your word need not be a valid word. But fourth one, we also do lemmatization. Which has got dictionary lookups, which is powerful compared to stemming. All these techniques comes under pre-processing. These are the techniques which will improve the representation of my bag of words vector. I will continue my discussion in my next class. I will discuss about techniques like unigram, bigram, and n-gram. Thank you very much. Just go through it. If you have any difficulty, please keep a comment.